Oh my God, my gorgeous Virgo, you are going to be surprised this week. Like, oh my goodness. At the beginning of this week, something is going to happen completely unexpected. There is no way that you could actually predict what is going to happen at the beginning of this week. And you know what? It's actually going to be really good. It's actually going to be brilliant. On one hand, it's going to remind you of how things used to be in your life when you were like extremely happy and things were so much more easier. And then on another hand, it is going to create this situation like, oh my God, it's going to create this situation where you're gonna be left with no option but to respond to like this immediately. So the bottom line is that this unexpected situation which is going to happen, it's not about, oh yeah, you're gonna be reminded of certain things in your life. No, baby, no, it's not about that. It's about the fact that this unexpected situation, which is completely going to surprise you, but it's actually going to be a really good, because at the same time, it's going to bring this spark into your life, and you need this spark because this spark is going to be directly responsible for you at that moment starting a healing progress as well. This in itself, it's important because it's going to reflect on your energy levels, and it's going to reflect on you mentally, and it's going to reflect on you spiritually as well. Absolutely mind-blowing indeed. So the bottom line is that this unexpected situation, it's gonna surprise you, it's gonna be brilliant, but baby, but you are gonna need to respond to this. You're going to need to do something. You're going to need to make the specific move here. You're going to need to make the specific move, and you're going to need to do this immediately. Don't wait for next week. Don't wait like for next month. Don't wait for 2 months to pass. No, baby, no. You need to make the necessary step right now. You need to be sharp, you need to be quick, and you need to be clever. And you are going to. And that's the organic way to respond to this, okay? It's going to be absolutely obvious and evident indeed. What exactly do you need to do? And that as soon as you do this, as soon as you make the necessary step, you will know what this is, my gorgeous Virgo. You will know what this is. As soon as you make this necessary step, something is going to happen. This in itself marks the time of your life when the change is about to take place. This change is gonna be a rapid, especially when it comes to like changing your life in such a short amount of time. The next 7 weeks are gonna be ridiculously busy, but also life-changing for you, because you are going to discover something about yourself. You are going to discover something about your life, and this in itself is going to leave you with no option but to think how you can which options are the best for you at this time of your life. So the bottom line is, my gorgeous Virgolini, that as soon as you make this decision, as soon as you respond to this unnecessary situation, not unnecessary situation, as soon as you respond to this situation, which is going to happen completely unexpectedly, okay? As soon as you respond to this, at that moment in time, the process of change is going to start, but it's not about that. It's what this is actually going to bring. At that moment in time, you will be able to reflect in a completely different way, and now suddenly you are gonna be able to see a completely different perspective about like something that was really kind of standing in your way for so long, when it comes to you like doing something so giant, so enormous, when it comes to making a really big change, but also at the same time when it comes to you improving the quality of your whole life in general. You are gonna be left with absolutely no option here but to start some kind of a new project. This is so important, but you're not gonna realize that just yet. after this moment in time, I can see, I know that this is going to sound crazy and weird, but after this moment in time, you're going to like give something to someone out of your own goodness, you know, out of your own goodwill. I can see you giving something to someone, maybe some kind of a gift or whatever it's going to happen. You are going to do this purely through your own heart, and you're going to love this. You're going to feel very emotional at that moment in time. But this only then you're going to somehow realize, you know, there is this realization that you're going to have about like you like really kind of starting a new project and what exactly this project is going to be. This in itself, when you give something to someone, this is going to give you an idea. You see how karmically this is going to bounce back so nicely, because you have done something purely through the goodness of your own heart, and that in itself is going to give you a clear idea. You see, after that moment in time, just suddenly you're going to have this idea which is going to make how to start this like new project. For example, this is so important, but this new project is not like a new project as such. This is something that you were thinking about for so long, and only now you are going to be starting this. This is so important, but it is going to make you feel a little bit indecisive. That idea that you're going to have, how you're going to start this project, for some reason this is going to make you feel a little bit indecisive, because you will know that this is going to change, like, my goodness, like every single aspect of your life. But then at the same time, you are going to get this important message, which is really kind of gonna make you feel so good, and this is all what you wanted. This message is also going to surprise you, and this message that you're going to get is gonna point the fact that, you know, this is also gonna surprise you, because it's to do with something that you were working on such a long time ago, and you almost forgot about this aspect of your life. It just hasn't been moving on whatsoever. So this message that you're going to get at around that moment in time, it's really gonna surprise you, and it's gonna point out the part of your life that hasn't been moving on. Nothing was happening, so you're going to see progress somewhere where you know, it's to do with an aspect of your life that you probably forgot about. But this in itself, it's like an important part of your spiritual journey, because it's also to do with like a very unique skill or something that is really unique to you. So this is going to follow you for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. But it is a good thing. It is a good thing, you know, indeed. But then when you get this message that something is kind of like that you're having a progress, this in itself is going to unlock something within you, because now you're going to realize, oh my God, and that couldn't have happened at a better time, because now you're going to realize that that was the only thing that was still holding you back and making you restricted when you shouldn't have been restricted in your life. So this is all going to become absolutely obvious, because you will know that now you can relax, you can chill out, you know, you are going to feel instantly more relaxed, and you will see how much was like some kind of situation, that particular situation, how much it was draining you, and for how long as well, in order to make you feel so good right now. And that in itself, it's going to unlock something within you, because you will know that you're not restricted anymore. And that kind of was also like really kind of creating some kind of a blockage as well. Absolutely mind-blowing in so many different ways, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. And also when it comes to the beginning of this week, you know, you are really gonna, you need to understand this, that, you know, I know I've been saying this before, I think I've seen this before, that somebody, it's not only at around the beginning of this week, but also when it comes to the midweek, there is somebody very prominent in your life, this person, this figure, whether this is your amazing friend that has been in your life for like, oh my God, like a long time, or whether this is like a really amazing, like a family member, for example, but somebody who you really love, and somebody who means to you so much. This person is one of the main people in your life, okay? So that's all what I can say. This person means to you so much. You really love this person, and you have this person like persistently on your mind. Nobody in this world has made such a big impact on your life like this particular person, for example. This is is someone who you really love and someone who means to you so much, somebody who's like persistently on your mind. That person needs your help. That person terribly needs your help. There is something going on in that person's life, and I'm so worried about that person, to be quite honest with you, because that particular person who you love so much, it's been attacked from like every single angle when it comes to their life. That particular person is going through something very personal when it comes to the certain people in that person's life, and they're attacking this person terribly. And I don't like this, because I can see lots of selfishness, I can see evil people, I can see dark people, of course, when it comes to that energy, dark energy. I can see snakes around that people. I can see I can see that these people are snakes, basically, you know. And this is why I want to stress this, that, you know, that particular person in your life, it's been attacked by these horrible people. And I think that you know about this, but I'm not too sure if you know, like, oh my god, the level that this is actually at. You need to somehow step through, you need to somehow step forward, and you need to help that person. You need to be on their side, you need to help them. Maybe you didn't talk to that person for a while, maybe you felt a little bit disconnected for a while, but you love this person so much, and I do think that you already are aware of it. I would not talk about this person for so long if this person doesn't mean to you. Do you understand me? This person is part of you. This person is part of your life. This person is part of your spiritual journey, and it means to you so much. God forbid, and if something happens to that person, you will be very sad. You will be very sad indeed. So this is what I'm trying to stress here, the importance of you like stepping through and step forward and try to protect that person, because that person, it's almost like mentally, it's like kind of getting to the very dangerous stage of their life, like mentally, because that person has got lots of responsibilities, but is surrounded, and lots of responsibilities, is a very hardworking person, a really beautiful person, both in and out, but it's not that everybody can understand this person, but you know this too. So that person needs your help, like more than just an advice. You know what I mean? It's like try to somehow see how you can help, because you know the help that you can give is, you know how to respond to the certain people that are doing this to that particular person. You know how to respond, you know what to say. And it's about being harsh. It's about being harsh. It's not funny, I know, but it's about being harsh, and it's about saying things in the right way and scaring the snakes. You seem to know how to do, what to do and how to say this, what that person needs to say. And that person believes you and trusts you so much. So please, for the love of God, you need to help this person. And I wouldn't be talking about it if you didn't love this person. This is someone who means to you so much. Indeed. So this is why I just want you to understand that, like, please, if you can step forward, because and see what you can do, because that person is getting very close to like some kind of a dangerous stage in their lives. Indeed. So please try to help that person as much as you possibly can. Just remember, you know what to say. That person almost like kind of needs to respond to other people or to somebody else, but you know the way to respond, and the response needs to be harsh, and it needs to be strong, and it needs to scare the snakes away, so snakes can stay away, you know, like buried somewhere like in darkness. Do you know what I mean? So please try to do this. And also at around the midweek, my gorgeous Virgolini, you know, you are going to be visited by some kind of like a spirit, and the spirit which is going to visit you at around the midweek, this in itself, it's going to happen in the dark, it's going to happen at night, and it's going to happen at the moment in time when you're completely by yourself, okay? And you are going to be a little bit scared. I'm not going to lie to you, because something is going to happen in a slightly aggressive way. Something is maybe going to fall down, or like maybe the door gonna like slam one shot type of thing, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like that, you're gonna get scared. But this is important. The more scared you get, the more impact this message and this experience is actually going to have on you. This is not just any spirit. You are going to be visited by somebody who was in your life. You are going to be visited by somebody who was very much so extremely close to you. And even if you are younger and you haven't got anybody that died, maybe that person died when you were still like a little, but that person knows you and that person feels a very strong connection to you. The bottom line is, as soon as you kind of hear this, you're gonna get scared, but the good thing is that you are gonna know almost instantly who this is. And it's not about that, baby. It's about the message that this is bringing to you. It's about the message, okay? Because pay attention to what is going to be on your mind. You need to reflect. You need to rewind just a little bit. You know, so you're gonna have this moment when you're gonna get scared, but then just remember, you need to step back and you need to look at the bigger picture here, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed, and you need to kind of like really reflect in such a way where you're gonna need to kind of rewind a little bit and think, what were you thinking about at that moment in time? This message, this spirit, that you will know exactly who this is. You will know, you will sense this person, somebody gorgeous, somebody beautiful. You will sense this person, but it's also like a sign that there is some kind of option you're constantly thinking about, but you're not doing it. And this, the spirit will want to point towards that particular option. Every single time when you think about this option, like you just start thinking about something else instead of going deeper in it. Okay, so this in itself, it's gonna be a sign to explore. For the love of God, you have to explore that particular option that is going to be on your mind. And you know what? You may not even be aware of the fact that this is an option. Maybe at that moment in time you're going to realize, oh my God, this is an important option for me. All you need to do is step in and just explore. And that in itself, it's really going to help you to get to know yourself on a completely different level. But you're also going to find out that you are missing on certain things in your life, This life, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's a way too short. You know, this life is way too short. I said this so many times. So the more we do, the more we explore, and the more we live our life to the fullest, you know, the more we get out of this spiritual journey. That's exactly why we are on this earth, you know, to do things, to explore things, and to get as much as we possibly can out of life. So it's going to be pretty much so highlighted something through all this, what you are missing out on in your life. This particular message could only come from a very, very specific spirit who knows you so well, just like that friend or family member that I was talking about before. This is a spirit now, of course, that it's like knows you, and this is a very, very special, and it's a very unique message to bring, you know, from the other side. And in order for the spirits to do this, my goodness, they need to use such a huge, massive amount of energy, you know, and it's not easy for them. Do you see what I mean? So this is also even just proving my fact even more, how much you actually mean to this person indeed, like to this, how much you mean to this person and how much you mean to the spirit, for example, indeed. So this is why this is gonna be like super, super important, my gorgeous Virgolini. And also, when it comes to the midweek, you know, you are going to have this vision. And the reason why you're going to have this vision, because for the first time in 11 months, you are going to feel like you're having control over your life. I'm not saying that you didn't have a control before, but something is going to change here. Something is going to trigger this within. It's a lot to do with the energy and balance, a change changing, when you can feel this within yourself, and there is so much that at the same time becomes crystal clear, and this is all going to lead towards you having this important vision. You are going to have this vision, and this in itself is going to happen at the time when you are within the nature, in the nature, or maybe you could be even around the plants, or you've just left nature or something like that. There is going to be a very, very strong connection with the nature, and this is this vision. It's going to happen at around that time. Maybe you're going to be in the forest, maybe you've just left the forest, you're walking and you're having this vision. Maybe you're going to be grounding yourself in the forest, maybe you're going to sitting somewhere by the water. The water has got a wonderful and really powerful spiritual effect and impact on us as well. It helps us a lot to move on with our lives by having a crystal clear visions, just by sitting next to it, whether it's the river, whether it's like the sea, you know, whatever it is, you know, it does have a really positive impact on us. The bottom line is that you are going to have this vision, and you are going to feel so excited, like this vision, how you want your life to be, for example, and things like that. But then suddenly you're going to realize that you are not going to be able to do anything about it unless you kind of you're going to realize there is this like really bad and negative attachment that you have. You know, and you know, you're going to be like, oh, for goodness sake, is that negative attachment? And then you're going to realize what this negative attachment is. Again, something that is making you feel so unhappy, and something that was making you so unhappy for so long, but you're just not being honest with yourself. You found it very hard to be honest with yourself, because you have to be honest with yourself what this is, and simply move on with your life, because this is not going to change. I'm sorry, but sometimes when karma comes to an end with a certain aspect of our lives, it's only going to be slowing us down, and if you're not respond to it like in the right way by moving on, then that means that you're ignoring your spirit, and that means that you're not willing to learn, and you're sending a signal to the universe and to the spirit, your own spirit guides and guardian angels, that there is still more that you have to like kind of catch up with in order to have a elevated level of understanding, in order to kind of like see this from the right angle. So the bottom line here is, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's the fact that you are actually going to have this vision, and then you're going to realize, oh God, you're going to be so excited, like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do, and blah blah, and then suddenly you're going to realize, oh, I can't do this, I'm never going to be happy until I get rid of this very negative and very unhealthy attachment at this stage of your life. This is just you realizing this, you know, this is so important, because then and there you are going to make a quite important decision when it comes to that, and for the first time you are going to feel like different about it, because on one hand you're healing and ascending to the next level of your life, but then on another hand this is part of your spiritual awakening, and this is why this is highlighted. Now you're full, this is gonna all lead towards you like realizing what unhealthy and negative attachment you need to kind of get rid of and cut out of your life. But as soon as that happens, just a couple of days later, you will see the energy is gonna be so much more lighter. You are gonna feel so free, and you are gonna become you are gonna start becoming extremely psychic and extremely intuitive, you know, as well. And you will notice this, because there are gonna be few things that are gonna be on your mind, and then you're gonna see them, and then you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is crazy. Or like, for example, you're gonna watch TV, and then you say one word, and then they say that word in the movie, and then you say another word, and then they say exactly the same word in the movie. You know, and it's like this mind-blowing synchronicity, you know, it just keep on like blah 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 blah, reminding you like, lo, you're in tune with these very, very unique universal energies that are gonna only be so beneficial for you at this stage of your life, because on one hand they're gonna give you so much more energy, but then on another hand they're also gonna make you courageous when it comes to you maybe finding a certain difficulties with a certain projects, you know, that are not kind of working out for you, and then you're scared scared to kind of plunge in. And this is where all this steps in, because it helps you to kind of like really gather this energy and make the move where you know that move needs to be made, whether it's going to be positive or negative. It's important in life is to just keep on moving on, baby. Keep on moving on. Only a couple of days after this, like when you realize what this like kind of unhealthy negative attachment is, only a couple of, and as soon as you realize, you know what, I'm just going to make a decision, that's it. Just couple, so you just have to be honest with yourself. You must not be in self-denial right now. And only a couple of days later, you are going to feel so much better, so much lighter. You're going to have so much more energy. Everything is going to start making sense. You're going to find yourself being at home, like singing and dancing and knowing, you know, like, ooh la la, I did the right thing. I did the right thing. And then just a couple of days later, also, you're going to become fully aware of like kind of like some kind of a wish, you know, when it comes to your future. Oh my God, this is what I want. This is how I want my life to be. This is how I want my life to be. And you're going to be reminded of some kind of a wish that you almost forgot about, something that means to you so much. And this is a sign that you almost started to lose yourself a little bit, only because maybe you have found yourself being surrounded by the wrong people or wrong person for way too long. And this, you know, it's just through energy wise, they suck you dry, you know, when it comes to your energy, you know, literally they suck you dry, you know, when it comes to your energy levels and things like that, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. And then almost as if like you get used to this energy, and then you kind of like really kind of block yourself, you separate yourself from what you shouldn't be separated when it comes to your unique spiritual journey. And this in itself means that somebody or a group of one person or a group of people had a negative impact on you for way too long, and now you're moving on. And this is why things are going to start making sense again, and you're going to be reminded of all those things that means to you so much, but along the way you almost like kind of forgot about them, but you didn't. So this is great. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, just pay attention to this, a very interesting, again, this is going to happen, baby, again. Suddenly you're going to feel very obsessed, like suddenly you're going to be inspired and obsessed by some kind of a herb or some kind of a plant. And whether this is like, oh my God, it's just going to kind of like going to grab your attention, you know. And you are going to, maybe you're going to watch this on the internet, maybe you're going to see this in some kind of a book, maybe you're going to be outside in the forest somewhere, in the nature, maybe you're going to be in the shop somewhere, you know, it really depends. But suddenly, somehow, this particular herb or this particular plant, it's really going to catch your attention. And almost for a minute or two, you're going to become absolutely like kind of obsessed with it, okay? And now, what I need to tell you is, don't ignore. I know you had this before, my gorgeous Virgolini. I know you had this before, but do not ignore this, okay? What this means is that, you know, it's a lot about your mind. It's a lot about mind, body, and spirit, and responding to it. And it means that as soon as you become aware of this herb, for example, you just like kind of go find out the name of the herb if you don't know what it is somehow, and then find out what the herb's properties are and which ailments this herb is actually good for. And once you read what this herb is actually good for when it comes to ailments and things like that, you will recognize and you will realize that one of the major things for what this plant or herb is good for, it's actually what you need. So as soon as you feel this very strong connection to that particular herb, go and find out if you don't know what is it good for, and you will see, you will recognize, oh my God, this is what I need. Oh my God, this is mental. And so this is how you respond to this in the best possible way. And here is your natural medicine, my gorgeous Virgolini, that is absolutely the best. The natural medicines are big mamas, especially when it happens like this, when you're guided in such a powerful way. Look what they are doing. You know, they're digging out like a dandelion, a weed, it's a weed. No, baby, no, they call it dandelion, they call it a weed, one of the most powerful herbs when it comes to how significant it is, you know, for so many different things. It's like, oh my God, it's so good for you, it's like crazy. And they call it a weed, but it's actually a medicine, like one of the greatest medicines ever. In fact, something like dandelion, I would most certainly certainly recommend to everyone to take, because how powerful this herb actually is in itself, both herb and the root, you know. So, you know, this is like basically just do not ignore this connection, because it is going to really start an amazing healing progress within your body. There is so much more to it indeed. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, at around the end of this week, you know, this is like so important, because, you know, you are going to be thinking a lot. You know that somebody who's like a kind of like a very much so in your life, it's really going to inspire you, but like it's to do with a lifestyle, and it's to do with something that they did, and it's really going to that particular person is going to inspire you. And then you're going to realize, you know what, I really want to kind of bring something into my life, and this is because this person is going to inspire you. You will want to bring something into your life, and you're going to become aware of this, a very, very wise choice for you. And it's almost as if you will know that if you kind of go for that very wise choice, that you're going to be inspired by that particular person in your life. You will know if you go for that wise choice, this is going to change your whole life for the better. But it's almost gonna like kind of really kind of almost as if you're gonna be enjoying the life of luxury, you know what I mean, compared to what your life is right now. And maybe you could be a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, but I'm sorry, I will still say exactly the same thing. But the bottom line is that this in itself, it's also going to bring specific things into your life that are maybe missing right now, and they are indeed to do with the finances and financial situation, and they are going to make all these things so much better. But the bottom line is that you are going to be enjoying in as little as 9 months time from now the life of luxury. You're going to be enjoying things in your life again that you're not enjoying right now. So this is why this choice is going to be super wise for you. And intuitively you're going to be guided. Intuitively you're going to be guided, and this is going to be another sign. Do you know what I mean when I say that you're going to be intuitively guided? That's another sign. When I say that you're going to be intuitively guided, that means that you will know intuitively like kind of which steps do you need to take. And you will also know that this is to do with your beautiful gift, your personal beautiful gift. So you will know this, you know. But on another hand, you're going to be intuitively guided because you will know exactly what steps do you need to take next. This in itself, it's going to transform your life, my gorgeous Virgolini. But it's also going to kind of bring so many more people into your life. Because this is not only to do with you like kind of transforming your life, but it's a lot to do with you transforming your life and reconnecting with the people in your life again, and also connecting with the new people as well. This is absolutely brilliant, because at the same time, you know, you are going to feel so happy about this, so happy. This is going to bring again that beautiful spark within, where you are going to feel like, you know what, I want to celebrate. This is going to mean to you so much. And it's all about like you, just because you knew exactly which steps do you need to take next, you know, this is going to make you feel so good. And I'm telling you, as soon as you become aware of like which steps do you need to take next, you know, this in itself, it's already going to start the process of transformation, where already you may kind of be contacted by somebody specific that didn't contact you in a long time. And this is when things are going to start becoming obvious to you as well. It's going to make you feel so good, because it's also like kind of bringing an important conclusion. You're also going to have an important conclusion here when it comes to you just understanding, like, you know, now and seeing things in a completely different light. Those things that have been slowing you, those things that have been making you feel negative, those things that have been preventing you from moving on in your life. This is so beneficial, because you are going to find yourself moving on with your life. It's all going to be leading towards you moving on with your life and doing the right thing. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely brilliant. All I can say, my gorgeous Virgolini, very, very soon you are gonna be so, so, so happy. I don't even know how to explain this, but your whole life, it's actually going to change. You're also going to become aware of the fact how many things can change in just 1 week, and you're not even going to realize this right until the end of this week. It's gonna be magical in so many different ways. But what can I say? Now it seems like your life, it's about to begin. Your life, it's about to start. You have been through so much, you have been through a lot, and you learned so much, my gorgeous Virgolini, and now it's time to move on. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.